Does the media we consume matter so long as we're entertained? This is Systematic Geekology. We are the Priests of the Geeks going to another special episode of Geeks on a Roll. It's my first time actually leading. Joshua and I gave one to TJ and Will last time, but this is actually me in charge. This is one of our series that we're doing, Theology as Play, where we're creating these grand scenarios, getting the different characters from different stories together for the purposes of just having fun. I am joined, of course, today, Christian Ashley, by two wonderful men, one of whom who's done this before, the other, this is his entrance into the scenario. We got TJ Blackwell. How's it going, TJ?
Great, thank you.
Perfect. And of course, we have Evan Garcia. What's going up, Evan?
Affirmative.
All right. So, gentlemen, what we have here is the beginning, and at the very beginning, we like to ask what everyone's been geeking out on. So, who would like to go first?
I saw. No, please.
Oh.
I have nothing.
All right. I was just watching the ping pong movie with what's his face, Marty Supreme.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty wild.
Ah.
It was a pretty wild movie. It's a fun one. It really threw me off that he didn't have a real accent like everyone else. But once the soundtrack kicked in, and it was and I figured out, okay, it's not that kind of movie. So, all right.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces of ping pong media. I'd say it's up there.
I can see why.
Yeah, for me, I have a perspective thing that I would like to be geeking out on.
Okay.
I've been working so much the past week. I've mostly been geeking out on the backside of my eyelids. But hopefully, when we're done recording tonight, I'm gonna start playing Invincible Versus. The Invincible fighting game came out today.
Is that released or is it still in beta?
Oh, it's out. It's out now.
Okay.
Came out 9 hours ago, or 7 hours ago, something like that.
Okay.
So, can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, right at the end of season 4, good time. In light of what we were doing today, this actually inspired me based on a character selection to actually watch a movie I'd been planning to watch for like 20 some years. And that was The Prestige. And I really enjoyed it. I believe, Evan, that was your idea to include that character. So thank you for that.
Right on, man.
And as well, just a little, I'm feeling pretty good. I was playing some Pokemon Violet earlier, and I got 2 back-to-back Charmander shinies, and I'm feeling pretty good about that too. So, not to flex on anyone or anything.
Lottery ticket?
But today's been I should probably go out and get one at this point. So, those who don't know, this is part of our, Geeks on a Roll series. I'm actually repping the shirt for that. You can buy from us. Go to head down the links below. Love this shirt. I mean, it's got some really cool stuff on the back. I'm not going to turn around just to mess up the flow of the video. So part of this is that we kind of discussed the idea that one of the things Joshua came up with when he first had this idea is theology as play. So in light of that, like, how can we explore our theology through playing a role-playing situation like this?
I think it really depends on who is involved. Like any role-playing anything, but a lot of role-play scenarios, whether it's online, tabletop, whatever it is, they kind of play out as conversations between, you and your game master. So there's a ton of potential there for exploring your theological processes and new ones, just by putting yourself in the footsteps of someone who adheres to that. So it can be a great tool depending on who you've got in your corner. It could also be nothing, unfortunately.
The big old nothing burger.
The big old nothing burger. So it depends.
How do you feel about it, Evan?
Hey, this is a blank slate for me. It's wide open spaces, so I'm trying to find another Dixie Chicks reference, but I can't come up with one.
Yeah, Evan, before we started, Evan told me he's never done any role-playing game before.
Oh, wow. I get to
So-
be your first dungeon master. That is a high honor. I will take it.
Let's do this.
I've been on several of these before. I've been in many different role playing groups before. And one of the things that universally I kind of feel is that my theology does impact how I create a character in the first place and then have them respond to things that, whatever DM I'm working with or whatever I do as a DM that I expect my players to work with. Uh, like, hey, here I'm going to set some moral quandaries in front of you. What are you going to do? If I played this character that I made earlier, well, he would probably respond this way. If I played this character here, she probably would do that instead, based on, oh, this is when I was at this stage in my life, I was thinking more about this. Whereas in this stage, I was thinking more about that. And I think one of the things like this can do is like give us opportunities to see how we've grown, what we're currently struggling with, but also like just have fun at the same time. Like the purpose isn't for me to beat you at this game. The purpose is for me to tell a story alongside you.
Yeah,
that's how I've always taken
as someone who's played in one of Christian's games before, he wastes no time with the moral quandaries and the ambiguity side of things.
a
So
lot of cable cars on tracks.
Yeah.
yeah,
That unfortunately was one that kind of fizzled out too soon. Time got in the way, but I did enjoy it while it lasted. But we're here right now. We're going into another, uh, game sort of series here, Geeks on a Roll. Kind of the big basis of this is once again theology as play, but also just having fun. So my job in this is to be more of a yes and not necessarily no, unless there's actually an affirmative no that needs to be said. Like I shoot an arrow at the sun, natural 20. Do I hit the sun? No, that's not how things work. But yeah, but it's like, oh, I have this idea. Well, I hadn't considered that you'd think that idea. So let me work with you on that idea. So being more flexible, open, and honest, like, yeah, there are some things that will be more rigid than others, but we'll work on that together. As well, I'm not a professional voice actor by any stretch of the imagination. So I'll probably flip flop between character voices and one one might sound completely different from one sentence to the next. It's perfectly fine. You know what? If you can be with me there, join me on the journey. If that's something that gets you're very upset about, I maybe skip this one.
Right.
But if you just here to have fun and just see the wacky ideas that I had, like this was a lot of fun to make because I could literally do anything, and that's part of the fun of this. So I'm very interested to see how you guys do this. There's some other set rules, and like if they come up, they come up. So the first part of this is I want to see the characters. Obviously, I know already, but for the audience, who did you pick? I gave you a group of like character archetypes to choose from. The first one was a private investigator. So who did you choose for your private investigator, gentlemen?
so as a precursor, for those who are unfamiliar with the series, we are supposed to work together and build these teams. I've been doing a ton of work, and when Evan submitted his picks, I just kind of went, I like all those characters, and we ran with that.
Ways.
So that's how that worked for us this time. But I went with Jessica Jones.
Okay.
The one and only.
Jessica Jones for your private investigator, super heroine, mother, private investigator, detective, very multifaceted, excellent pick. We'll get into the why you picked them in a bit. So that's your first thought. The next archetype I gave you was a non-Omega level mutant, and I specified non-Omega level because Omega. If I just said a mutant from X-Men, a lot of these would just break any campaign you went through. So,
Sure.
who was your non-Omega level mutant pick?
So this was Nightcrawler because
The
we
best of the
had
best.
yeah, we'd had to get in the three-bladed the three-bladed swordman in there.
Teleporter, Catholic, good man, great mutant too. Excellent pick. Next up was a con man.
Mm-hmm. Hondo Ohnaka, such a good pull for a con man. Such a good pull for a con man. Not one I would have thought of. But
He's a legitimate businessman,
Yeah.
seeing everything. Like, fought Count Dooku and lived.
Oh yeah.
Great experience there. Excellent pick. Next up on our docket was a priest, and I let this one be a little more open. I said any earth religion, and you picked
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck from Disney's Robin Hood. A solid pick if there ever was one. I'm not trying to buddy you up, Evan, but I really enjoyed the creativity you got with a lot of these.
Right on. Yeah,
So
perfect.
next up, we have a stage magician who is
Alfred Borden. What a pick.
on the Prestige. Forced me to watch the film so I could know who the character was. And you know what? I'm
never
so
saw
glad.
the film?
Like I said, I'd never seen the film.
All right.
It's always been on my list.
Right.
And I knew the twist beforehand because it's been 20 some years, but like that actually enhanced the movie to me because I don't care about spoilers. It's like, oh, can I guess it beforehand?
Yeah.
And I was like, almost there, but like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And
one of
I will
Nolan's
say,
less appreciated movies.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I will say, spoilers for a 20-year-old film. Given that you chose to use this character, there's a twist in the film where there's not just one character, but two. What I'm going to let you do, because I think this is fun, is there will only ever be one unless you choose to let him kind of multiple man himself. One can do recon or something like that. And if one were to be injured or die, it would just come back to the hole. The only way he's out is if the original is gone. Kind of multiple and duplicate, that kind of scenario.
Okay.
So I wanted to reward your pick. I thought that was a good one.
Right on. Yeah.
All right. And this one, dark horse pick, wasn't thinking of this one, but it's one that Evan came up with. And I said, you know what? Sure. You're a magical girl. And I had specified it couldn't be the main character of a series. But instead of who I was thinking you went with
Tinkerbell.
Yep. Hilarious subversion of the category. I was reading Evan's picks and I was like, oh yeah, Tinkerbell. I love Tinkerbell. I proposed to the Tinkerbell actor at Disney World one time just because I thought it'd be funny. So I saw that tape and I was like, yeah.
I don't blame
that's
you.
the one.
I don't blame you.
So as soon as Christian is returned to this realm with us,
oh,
well,
can you hear me at all?
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. It never fails in a Systematic Geekology episode. Technology just has to screw us over. So hold on one second. So that's your team. I'd like to hear, Evan, what was your motivation since you are the ultimate arbiter here? Why did you choose each of these for each category? What did you call?
Honestly, I didn't give too much thought for these. For Jessica Jones, I've been watching season 1 because I never seen it. So I did that. Nightcrawler, he's my favorite. Hondo, I probably just wrote the Riot at Disney, so he was fresh on my mind. Friar Tuck, I've always liked the character, and he's kind of I don't know, he's just generally cool guy. I thought Alfred Borden, it reminded me of the twist, and I thought that would play good. And Tinkerbell, same. I had a few more kind of obvious ones, but I went with this one. I what's it called? Ryan Johnson did.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
Ryan Johnson.
Forgot his name. No, not yet. Not quite. Friend of the show, Trip Fuller, did get to record with Ryan Johnson.
That's right.
And
yes,
that was a great episode.
That was cool. But I thought the one that really tripped me up was stage magician, like fictional stage magician. There's not a lot to choose from.
Fiction. Yeah.
So that was a good pick. That was a good pick.
It was either that or the Hugh Jackman character for me. So
yeah,
either one would have worked.
Yeah, great job there. All right, so hopefully the technology issues are gonna move to a hotspot. Maybe that'll fix things. Who knows? So in light of all that, great picks, gentlemen. So Who do you imagine would be like the leader of this group?
Probably Hondo or Friar Tuck.
Yeah.
Maybe Alfred
Oh,
Borden.
like the character-wise, you mean? Oh, okay.
I mean, obviously you're the leader, Evan, but
Am I really? What?
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
I don't know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
doing.
Right. So you think that there's a triumvirate here?
I think Alfred Borden's the most likely to like take the lead in a team.
But Jessica Jones won't let him take the lead.
Maybe
She'll be
not.
very pissed off about everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I've done everything I can. Instead of a static image of me looking off into the distance,
For the logo.
I'm just going to go to this.
Okay.
And you know what? It activates when I speak. So you know what? Just got to be flexible with these things.
All right.
That's half of being a DM. The other half is trying not to murder your players. IRL and in-game.
You
All right.
don't know where I live.
So, somewhere in Orlando. Eventually, I'll find you.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's so few people in Orlando. Yeah.
No. All right. So, the last time we did this is where we have our current high score. This is 48, as done by Mark Flower and myself. Your job
Rubbing
doesn't
praise.
necessarily, necessarily have to be to beat that score. It is just what it currently is. It is actually possible today for you to beat this score, depending on decisions that you make, the composition, that's the word I'm looking for, of your team. As always, there are bonus points you guys will have access to depending on choices made in the midst of this. You will not know them beforehand, obviously, but they will change everything about this game, and I will know if you do them or not. And we'll find out at the very end and score you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So before we go any further, do you guys have any questions about how this runs? Anything you want to do? Or are you ready to just head in?
What I don't know, so but we'll
Right.
see.
I have one. I have one question. Can we have some bonus points?
If you do the right thing
Oh, okay.
multiple times over, you can
I
have some
thought
bonus
that
points.
might be the right thing. Say
Asking
nice,
is always
yeah.
good. That is nice. Next time I may add that to a slide. That way it wouldn't be cheating right now to give you bonus points for being nice. But I'll keep that in mind for future endeavors. All right.
Line us
So
up.
your team suddenly finds yourself in front of this man. And one thing I should also note to everyone listening is that I also forbade them from using people who had been used in the past in some of these, and Batman was one of them, and this is one of the reasons why. I think it's more creative to just use more characters than who we picked originally. So that's not what other DMs, when they have to do this, have to do. That's a personal rule I put myself.
Okay.
If they decide to, good for them. If they decide not to, good for them. So
All right.
this balding gentleman, much like myself, very distinguished, very British, has stepped up from his computer to look at all of you and says, well, it's finally time. We can help explain everything for you. And actually, I think, how can I make that a little bigger? So here's what you need to know for right now. You have all been brought here. You have not worked previously by an incursive transporter to the Batcave. You are told enough about the world to know what's going on, superheroes and the like, crime, so on and so forth. Alfred here has activated the transporter under orders from his employer, Batman, who is currently in space with the Justice League, Titans, JSA, and as many more groups as I need to say, as they're off fighting dark side forces, yet another crisis event. Thus explaining why they're not here for the story. Not knowing this would happen. Yep. Batman created the incursive teleporter to find worthy protectors able to guard Earth in his absence from people willing to take advantage of that. In that time since the Justice League and the like have left, an unknown villain has left behind a message where they explain that they know the true purpose of this reality and are working to destroy everything in it. This same villain has kidnapped the psycho pirate, and you need to find him and discover what the villain's plans are. And the psycho pirate is, of course, a noted DC villain who knows what happened pre and post crisis.
Which one?
The second one.
Okay. Roger.
The original
Psycho
really-
Pirate.
Yes, Roger Hayden. So, you have any questions for Alfred before you go out? Are you ready to go?
Did Batman leave us like a budget?
He says that if you require anything, the master will be more than happy to provide what he can in compensation. He will also keep account of what you actually use and what you don't. So be wise.
All right. I think Alfred Borden and maybe Nightcrawler and definitely Jessica Jones would have way more questions, but I don't.
So what do you think those questions would be?
I don't know. That's why I'm not asking them.
Okay,
I'm not.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So what I will give you additional information is that it was basically one of those things where the villain sent out messages across multiple media, disguised their voice, their look. It was basically those garbled images you see of someone giving testimony on the stand. I can't really tell who it is, what they sound like, anything like that. But there's really no one else who can respond to this right now. That's why he had to use the incursive transporter out of desperation. So you're the best that he's got.
So we are trying to save someone. Sorry,
You're trying to find out who this person is who threatened to destroy all of reality because he knows how it
Oh.
actually works, as well as why and how he took the psycho pirate and maybe bring him to safety if possible.
All right, Psycho Pirate.
Because he is a villain. Alfred says he's still a villain, but Master Bruce would be very upset if something were to happen to him. He does believe in a no killing rule.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, how do you go about this investigation? I will tell you where it happened. This happened at one of the local fundraising sites that they kind of host, and the different billionaires and the like in the area. A gala that Bruce probably would have been in if he'd been there, but he wasn't on Earth. So he doesn't know why the Psycho Pirate was there. He just knows that the villain took him there, and that's where the message started.
Okay. So Jessica will probably have us go that way, check out the scene of the crime first thing. And, well, Nightcrawler can't just bamf everyone over there.
I think he can
But
ban.
Tinkerbell might fly them across the city.
Can everyone in the group think happy thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's possible. Yeah, that works. Is she able to explain the process? I mean, she's mostly nonverbal as far as I'm aware, outside of like other media where she's the main character.
Right. Which would be cheating, so she can't. She could probably get it across. Most of our people are quite intelligent.
Probably seen Peter Pan.
Yeah, most of our characters have probably seen Peter Pan.
Yeah, I can go with that.
So they're excited, Jessica Nightcrawler.
So everyone now,
Yeah.
everyone now, as long as they are emotionally stable and are able to think of happy thoughts, can have the ability to fly.
All right.
As you approach the building, it is one of the many skyscrapers of Gotham City. That neo-Gothic design could be in any point in time in history that it was made. You do notice there's police cruisers around, but when they see, I don't know, did you take the bat plane there, or did you go straight from the Bat Cave flying?
We did our due diligence and got out one of the secret passages, probably one of the escape routes that the bat plane will take, just without flying the bat plane. I don't think anyone's confident enough to fly the bat plane. Even
So you could set it on autopilot.
Yeah, Hondo actually probably would
And
have jumped
Alfred-
at the chance to fly the bat plane.
Okay. So I will say, just for the sake of simplicity, you do make it there and you all do fly out of the bat plane itself. When they see people emerging from it, like obviously you're not Batman, but who else would be inside of something that Batman has other than heroes, even though not everyone involved is a hero here. But you know what? They don't know that. So the assumption is around from the police you see is that they're going to let you inside to examine the crime scene. So as you do, who would you imagine in your group is the most perceptive?
Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, she is
yeah.
writing them all down.
Alfred Borden's up there.
Okay.
He's
Well,
very
in light of that,
persistent.
see, since they talk to each other, do you think that they would get along enough to where Alfred could use the help action with her?
I think he wouldn't.
Okay.
I
So
think he would
then,
not
do
want
you have
to
dice
help
with
her.
you at the moment, or would you like me to roll? All right. Go ahead and roll me a
I have one,
d20 and tell me what you get.
Kind of two. But Evan should roll the next one.
Okay.
That's
What'd
what
you
I
get, buddy?
got. 4.
4. All right. I was going to give Jessica a 10 plus modifier, so that's a 14. So that's a decent, not enough to actually get all your bearings here. Looking around, there's obviously been some distress. You see some, dead billionaires on the floor who had attended this gala. Whoever had attacked them caused massive devastation. What I will tell you is, looking around, she does notice a torn off piece of clothing. When she does pick it up, it has a purple and green coloration.
Okay. So we have a lead. We have some evidence. Jessica, of course, will try and keep that. Sneak that out, however she has to.
Yeah, most of them they're given a wide berth. Like, obviously, Batman contracted you to do this. Like, that you couldn't possibly be acting on your own accord when you came in the Batwing. Of course, you're on his side.
Yeah. So you said the messages were here?
No, this is where it was broadcasted from originally. And what you find, actually, in light of that, go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
I'm going to try one more time, and then if it's still bad. Okay, 17.
17. Base 17?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What modifier
Easy,
would I
you
be
beat
adding?
I mean, for this one, I wouldn't really put Jessica's intelligence up that great, but I would put her as proficient in investigation. So I don't actually have her stats in front of me. We'll just say a plus 6 for right now.
Sheets.
Yeah. So we'll say it's a 23. All the numbers are made up anyways. We're fine. So what she finds in her investigation is that she was lucky enough to find that scrap of purple and green clothing. And as she does so, she looks around a little bit more and sees that the stairway leading down, there's another ripped off piece and some blood. So
right.
looking at you, but before she heads that way, what she experiences for a moment, she sees something out of the corner of her eye. She looked around. She can't quite narrow down exactly where it was with that roll, but it was enough for her to notice something out of the ordinary.
Does Nightcrawler see it?
If she points it out to him, that there's something around that she couldn't quite get the grit, he can actually look around himself. I will not have you roll for this one, given his reflexes and the like. He bamps exactly directly to where it was, attempts to grab it, and it leaves, but he saw it long enough. Okay. He goes back to report to everyone else. He says, I thought it was some type of mobile camera drone, very small, circular, colored. I thought it was purple and green, but it changed for a moment. It was a diseased yellow. But then it returned to that purple and green coloration.
All right. Friar Tuck obviously will, send out prayers for the dead bodies here.
Okay.
Before we move on,
Well, what do you think he's saying? Like, how does he pray over them?
well, he's very overwhelmed. He's been on a plane and seen superpowers. So he's just going to say the Lord's Prayer, probably. Center himself.
So that
Pray
his
over
will be
people.
done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like you to roll me a D100, please. Or would you rather I did it?
I got one.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I don't have one. The set of dice I'm using are from the Cosmere role-playing game.
Okay. Well, I have them, so I can go ahead and do that. He got a 60 even. So what I will tell you is that in light of his prayer, there's a moment where he feels another presence, a kind presence, one that he's never felt before, but one that he feels has heard the prayer, isn't the one the prayer was directed towards, but maybe working with God. He feels positive, but he doesn't know. Like, it's hard for him to put that into words, especially with everything else that he's experienced so far. He feels like you are being watched. It's something separate from whatever that drone was, but it's positive.
Can Tinkerbell shine some light on it?
Yeah, absolutely. She can enlighten the area around them. That'll make investigations a lot easier. It'll also make everyone a target later on, maybe potentially. You never know. But for right here and now, from what you can see, no role needed. Like, there is no other person here except for the GCPD and you. And whatever that camera drone thing was, you can't see it right now.
All right, so we will follow the trail of torn cloth and blood.
Okay.
Jessica will probably want to lead the way. Hondo will want to be in the back. Tinkerbell will not let him sneak off and not be involved in this situation.
As you do, as you go down the stairwell together, who's taking lead? You said Jessica?
Probably.
Okay. Going down, she doesn't see any more scraps of clothing. She does see what looks like signs of blood again. It is red, so it looks humanoid at the very least. And as you get to the bottom of the stairs, like, the lights are flickering a little bit. And she kind of pauses for a moment. There's a body laying in the middle of the hallway in front of you. And for a moment, she says, "There's someone else here." But when you look up, none of you see anything. And she's kind of blinking as well, like, did I see someone or not? I don't know. But there's definitely a body there.
On the stairs.
No, in the hallway after you've gone down the stairs.
How long is the hallway?
You would guess probably 40, 50 yards.
That's a huge hallway. Can
Yeah.
Can
Hey, you're in a
Nightcrawler-
skyscraper in Gotham, baby.
Can Nightcrawler bash to the other end and check it out from another angle?
Yeah. You want to go next to the body or behind the body?
Behind, all the way down the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely you can. This is well within his range limit. As he looks around, there's no one else in there with them. He does still see the body there. And he goes, "Mein Gott, it's the psycho pirate."
All right, and he'll bounce back to the body, and I assume everyone will meet him there. Tink is terrified. She's seen a lot today.
She's
Oh,
just spilling it everywhere.
She's been attacked for years by a man with a hook hand and a bunch of pirates, but no one's ever died.
Yeah, no one's ever died. They're all dead already.
So, who's going to investigate the body first?
I think it's still going to be Jessica Jones. That's kind of
Okay.
a lot more up her
I would-
alley than anyone else.
Do you think anyone would be more suited to a medicine check besides her?
A good medicine check,
I'm asking.
or a middle times medicine check. I think Nightcrawler has shown some decent, medic tendencies. Alfred Borden is quite intelligent. Friar Tuck thinks he knows medicine.
Friar Tuck could probably pull some teeth, but that's about it.
Yeah. I think Jessica probably still stands the best chance at, finding a cause of
Hondo.
death.
I had to stitch up some of his crew members every once in a while, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he has some experience.
So all that to say, you think Jessica would still be the best person for the job?
Probably, but we've got a few people who are willing to take a crack at it.
Okay. So we have backup just in case things go wonky. So why don't you go ahead and give me a medicine check, please?
Medicine check. Evan, would you like to roll your dice?
Sure. Well, I have the 20.
Go for it.
All right.
Tell me what the number is. I'll work from there.
15.
15. Okay.
15.
Well, that'll give you a 20 not natural on this roll. Given, Jessica's watched a bunch of different crime scenes, and immediately she notices blood around Psycho Pirate's body, but when she goes to where the wound is, he's a freaking clinker.
What?
It's a robot. Hondo steps in.
Bones. It is Mr. Bones.
Is it profitable to take this robot? Is it sufficiently advanced for him to make money off of it?
Most definitely. His only question is, can he take it out of here at the moment? What he could do is he could tag it. No one else knows it's here right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it could.
Okay.
Make a mental note.
But
it's
as he's examining,
Psycho Pirate.
go ahead.
But it's not Psycho Pirate.
It is most definitely not Psycho Pirate. It is a robot made in the image of Psycho Pirate.
Mm. Is it wearing the purple?
Wearing the
and
same
green?
thing. No, it is not wearing purple and green.
Mm.
It is the red and black you see in front of you on the screen,
Oh, okay.
and the yellow. I'd say at this point, out of everyone there, probably out of disinterest at first, Alfred will notice something, Borden. And he goes to one of the pipes because he saw something a little different. No roll needed. And he sees it got broke, probably by the Psycho Pirate robot being thrown into it and busting it. He goes, are these carnival colors? And he points it out to everyone, and you notice it looks like, you ever seen not the barbershop kind of swirls and the like, but for a circus or carnival or something like that, like the different swirling reds and greens and yellows and whites.
Like a maple.
That obvious, yeah. But like you're at this bombastic circus. He notices inside of the pipe is this structure, this pole that looks like it's set up for a carnival.
Can you pull it out?
He does not have sufficient strength to do so. Imagine it is literally inside of the pipe, stretching out throughout the pipe. And you imagine the rest of the pipes around you are probably built the same way.
Can Jessica Jones pull it out?
Easily. And when she does, what you hear is a bunch of streamers and sparklers go off for a second, flashes of these mini fireworks, but there's no message or anything. It's just haha, you notice what this is, but you don't know why.
All right. Is there any other trails? Anything hinting at a cause of conflict for our
You can see-
cybernetic psycho pirate?
You can see, as you turn ahead, you see several things. The first you note is that there are puddles from pipes that are actually doing their job and moving water around. And there is a footprint left behind from one of the larger puddles where some water dripped down. But you also notice another figure there who's smiling at you. What you do is you see this larger man, very imposing, blonde hair, green and white and yellow, no purple, and a little bit of red. He says, "Oh, I was wondering what happened to one of mine. And he points down to the robot and says, I thought something had happened to him, but I guess his soul is still intact and he's still alive. But then he looks at you and he gets this little like, greedy grin on his face. He says, oh. Well, wouldn't you like to know what I know? And he gives a little faux bow and says, the name is Neron, one of the lords of hell.
Does Tinkerbell recognize him?
No, Tinkerbell would not recognize Neron. And unfortunately, your characters are mostly Marvel on that side of things, so they don't recognize him either.
Friar Tuck is doing his Hail Marys.
Which you notice makes him flinch a little bit,
Okay.
but not in the like it's actually harming me. It's more like I can't stand what you're doing right now.
Yeah. So Alfred,
Alfred's trying to figure out where he came from, like what, a trapdoor or something.
Looking around, he can tell like this man did not walk into the room. There is no paneling that suggests like something is been out of shape to where you could drop down or drop from the side. Like he simply wasn't there, and now he is.
Nightcrawler, great offense to this. Nightcrawler wants either an answer or a fight.
Oh, I'm not here to fight. I just wanted to make sure that the things I cared about were taken care of, that the souls that were owed me were owed and brought to my feet. Psycho Pirate is one of mine. He sold it to me a very long time ago. Back when I first appeared.
And did he really?
Yes.
That's funny. Nightcrawler, we'll see if you know what a Psycho Pirate is. Can you tell us?
Oh. As a German Catholic friend, I could tell you anything. Things about your God that would make you quiver and shudder. I can bring you the truth. No strings attached. I will tell you everything you need to know to solve this mystery before you can even head to the finish line. But I require something great from you. All of you. Sign your souls over to me, and you will have the answers to everything here. The quest can end right here and now. You will know the truth. And you'll continue to live. I will not kill you. I will not harm you. You will live your natural lives. When you're gone, you're mine.
Hondo's down. Everyone else, not interested.
Yeah, Hondo doesn't believe in a soul.
Yeah. Hondo's down, and Nightcrawler and Friar Tuck are especially offended at this. So they will.
Alfred, he has a backup soul, so he's okay with it.
He might try to get one over on Neron.
Okay. What do you think Jessica thinks about this?
She just wants to punch him.
Okay.
Really.
Well, I notice a hostile audience when I see one. Don't come complaining to me when things get more complicated than I could have simplified things. But I have no quarrel with you. What's mine is still alive. Oh, if you decide to take his life later on, that's for you to decide. But my time here is gone. But you know what? Since you interest me so much. Not everything here is as it appears. You're not where you think you are. And he kind of cackles a bit and
Hondo
disappears from sight. Oh?
Before he's gone. If he can't get the information, what can Hondo get for his soul?
Well, that is an excellent question. You're very far from home, and you don't know how many problems that's causing this world right now. Oh, not just this one. But that would be telling. No. You had your chance. It was going to be all or nothing, a zero-sum gambit. Maybe next time get them to be convinced. and he will disappear from sight.
He's mad. He lost his profit. He lost his profit.
Okay. So you do notice the trail does keep extending ahead. And you notice the pipes do as well. So whatever those little carnival spiral things are connected to, they head that way too. Actually,
Long hallway.
let's out of all of you, Jessica hasn't experienced this as far as I'm aware, but Nightcrawler, roll in a history check for me.
What's that?
A history check for Nightcrawler.
Well, want me to roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
Got it.
Yeah. And I got a 6.
There's something eerily familiar about this, but he can't quite place it. He knows he's seen something similar to this before from one of his many adventures with the X-Men, but when you're in like 500 some issues, 600, 700, like it's hard, really hard. And that's not even mentioning guest appearances. Like, who knows?
Authors.
Yeah. But he does know he's seen something like this before, and the coloration from the camera drone thing from before is still bothering him. It's more the yellow one, but he can't get to the point where he's like, where do I know this from?
Yellow. X-Men yellow.
You do have the path in front of you into the next room.
Go.
Oh, perfectly.
Going ahead, you up into a much larger room. It seems like this might be a conference room of some sort here. And the moment that you do, all the seats go down, a bunch of machine guns come up, and a bunch of firing motions happen, but no bullets are thrown your way. And then right in front of the stage is a giant sign that comes down that says, "Welcome to Murder World. Hope you survived the experience." As you see on the screen, a redheaded gentleman who looks at all of you and says, "Well, it took you long enough to head this way. The name's Arcade. The game is your death."
While he's talking, Nightcrawler will already be trying to grab, get as many people in contact with him as possible.
"Oh, don't worry, the guns aren't loaded yet. That wouldn't be very fun, would it? It'd be very surprising. I'm a plane, and I've been paid a lot to bring you all here today. I'm so very eager to see where you end up."
I mean, Hondo's there for it. He's there for the bait. Alfred wants more information. Jessica Jones already wants to hit this guy.
Right. So seeing that we're at the time we're at now, there's plenty left. One of the things we'd like to do now is we would like to, start splitting episodes up a little more, make things a little easier for our editor in that regard. So we're going to make this a part 1 for the journey here for Geeks on a Roll. So in regards to that, you guys have any recommendations for the audience you offer? And we'll head that way to finishing this episode and starting up part 2.
Cosmere role-playing game. Cosmere role-playing game. Play the Cosmere role-playing game. That's it. Those are my recommendations.
Play it now.
Okay. Evan, recommendation?
I'm getting into. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it into playing. The Pokemon battle system. So I've always wanted to try that. So there's a tournament coming up, and I might take my son with me.
Cool.
All right.
You're gonna do Pokemon Champions or what?
I think, yeah. I haven't really looked into it, but I'm starting to. I'm gonna get. Well, we ain't the card shop down the street, so
Since I wasn't planning on doing this, but we're doing it anyways. Recommendations. Arcade's first appearance, Marvel team up, Captain Britain and Spider-Man fighting against Arcade. Classic story, of course, his first story with the X-Men. I think the Captain Britain one is like 65 in Marvel team up, and I think the X-Men is like 122, 123. Spider-Man's also in the first part of it. Yeah, excellent stories. A very fun character. So if you're interested to see where things are going, part 2 will be there later on. So before we head that way, do you want to thank some people who help out the show? Thank you to supporters Russell Gentry, Justin Vaughn, Annette Noel, and Noel and Jeannie Mattingly. Thank you for all you do. But remember, we all are chosen people, a geekdom of priests.